Hello again, it's me, Milton, Little Milto channel. Okay, we're going to be going on about this set here from DeWalt, right? This is actually a torsion set, Torax, Star Drive, whatever you want to call them, right? Usually called these names, right? To start off with, 37 bits in here. Model number is DT70732T, right? Now, I'm going to bring you in and I'm going to let you have a look at everything on here because it is actually quite interesting. Let's switch to this camera for this because there's quite a lot going on here, and also I'll read out the sizes as well, but I'll put my glasses on for that because it's a bit smaller writing. And I'll have a closer look at it. Why Torax set instead of a normal PH or PZ set? Well, the thing is, we'll explain about that when we're actually looking at the box. So we'll quickly get over here and we'll get this camera. And incidentally, how much? £28 on Amazon. Pretty expensive, but then again, it's for another reason. Okay then, so we'll switch to this camera here. Okay then, so seeing I'm so close to the camera, I'll try and lower my voice. Okay, this basically just says impact. It's got a picture on impact, 37 pieces on it. And it has a few odds and end pictures up here with some other stuff. We'll leave that. What we're interested in is this here, DeWalt Extreme. And apparently these cases are actually connectable if you have a few of them. With this here, you can connect them. And they're called a tough case, connectable case. Fine. So what they're going to be doing, this is why it's the Torax set. There'll also be a PH and PZ set, there'll probably be a socket set, and so on and so on and so on. You see? Now, if we can see over here, we have a TSTACK, which is what TSTACK will bring us in a bit, here. So they're obviously bringing out a box, because if you look here, a box to put them all in. So more expense. Flex torque, 50% longer life versus standard range. You see? And they are a little bit different, and we'll have a look at that. Also, this bit here, easy bit removal. Finally, they're starting to get it together. I wish Milwaukee would do something like this. Bosch did it and confused me. But it's the same idea as the Bosch, just that these ones don't set flat, as you can see here. They're actually sitting upright. All you do is you just pull them up and they should come out, hopefully anyway. Now, let's flick this over and have a look what's on the back. Right, as you see here, the tough case again here with something else in it, and the tough case is joined together, flex torque zone, longer life here, and the magnetic bit here, which we'll be having a look at as well, and I'll show you how that works. And of course over here, I'll just put my glasses on because now I'll have to start reading this, so it's all inside the box. Right, we'll start off with 25mm. You get one PH, one PH2, one PZ1, one PZ2, two T10s, three T15s, five T20s, five T25s, one T27, which I never use, one T30, right, and we get T20H1, and you get T25H1. I think it's because they're in the actual magnetic bit holder, and they're one in the magnetic holder here, because you get one of these here, and that's a magnetic bit holder. Difference between a magnetic screw holder and a magnetic bit holder is it holds the bit in magnetically. Right, easy bit removal, connectable case, extended flex zone, read that right, yeah, longer life versus standard range, which we've already read. Oh, now I went down all the sizes there, I'll get back to that. Right, 57mm PH2 flex bit on average versus 50mm, they're slightly longer as well, PH2 standard bit in hand joint application, bit in hard joint application, standard bit in hard application. God, they could have made the writing a bit better. Right, sorry. Now instead of 50mm, they're 57mm, so they're going for longer, and I'll explain more about that. Okay, you got PH2 1, PZ2 1. you got T10 1, T15 2, T23, T25 3, and the 85mm you've got one T20 and one T25. Right, so we've done that. So I suppose now we better get out of the box. Right, good old Stanley knife for this job. Right, this is where we end up cutting our fingers now. Right, and hacking at the box and cutting up the box and everything. Right. Or we end up cutting with fingers trying to open the box because of the plastic. Right, we got in. Right, get rid of that. We don't need that. We finished with it. Okay then. So let's see what we've got in here. Get rid of the Stanley knife for safekeeping. Get it in the pocket. Right. This is magnetic bit holder, right? And the T10H is probably because, actually no, it's not, because that's actually got something else in there. Just bear with it just now. Yep, it pulls out, no problem. Just pull off, yep. Ah, the PZ2 in there. Right, okay, so I don't know. So in here, there is a T20H and a T25H. Whatever the heck they are. I thought it's because they were in-house. It's not. Anyway, we'll soon get rid of that. Right. Do they go back in easier? No. Yeah, they do go in. Yeah, fine. And this here is your bit holder. Here, I'll show you how these actually work later on. They've improved them. They've actually made these now with a torsion zone. The earlier versions for DeWalt actually didn't have the torsion zone here. This isn't for DeWalt. This is just a spare I keep in my pocket. And as you can see, this one hasn't got the torsion zone, and the DeWalt's don't have the torsion zone. Very similar to this, but they don't have that. They've actually started putting torsion zones in them. I'm not sure who actually started that, whether it was Makita Gold. Right, we pop that in there for the time being. So, as you can see, what's actually in here, you've got all your torsion heads along here. You've got your 57mm now, which used to be 50, and the reason for lengthening them, I'll explain this now, right? Because of the intervention of the 205 Newton meters of torque on the impacts, this is one of them here. It's attached. I know it's a bit less oomph in it than what the DeWalt and the Milwaukee has, but at the same time they're still delivering a lot of power, and you got to have a higher flex zone. We'll also look at some of the 25mm because they're getting moved up to 32mm, and this is the reason why, because the fact is they have to have that little bit more flex in them now because of the power that these things are starting to put out. Because if they don't, it's not just the bit you're going to break or damage the screw head. These little 1/4 inch chucks in here are actually beginning to get under a lot of strain now with these things, and eventually they are going to start, you're going to start damaging them, because some of you put really big screws in that really they're not quite designed for that, but you still do them. Guilty, I've done it in the past myself, and the impacts do get rather hot. Right then, so what I'll do now is I'll set up some 25mm first, and we'll have a look at the differences between the new and the old and to see what they're like. So I need a PZ3, sorry. Oh well, that's cool. That just pulls out as well. Well, actually, yeah, they do come out quite good. Right, we'll set up and we'll jump back to this camera yet again. Okay then. Right. Spread them a bit. Should look okay in my hand here. Right, I'll use this one. Across here is one of the old DeWalt bits here, 25mm, and if you look carefully at the new one, there is actually no real difference here at all. And if we look, this is a Milwaukee bit here, which is slightly different, and I would say the Milwaukee bit here is slightly different because it's lower here, but it has a bigger torsion zone here, but it also has a bigger head. It's probably one of the reasons why we haven't snapped as many of these as what we have with these ones here, you see. And as I said, this is a new one, that's the old DeWalt there, no difference. You can see it should be actually be marked up anyway. And then if we take over here, this one here is actually a Bosch bit, right? And they're all PZ2s. And if you look, it has smaller here, a bit like the Milwaukee, has less meat up top, like the Milwaukee has up here, but a bit like the old DeWalt's, right? But they have a bigger torsion zone in here, obviously for better flex. Don't know yet how these got to turn out, but if we now take the Sabre cut, they're 32mm, which we might end up actually taking, now we see a big difference. I'll just turn that Sabre cut round so you can see it. Right. That's Sabre cut. Try and keep them all level, all the same. Again here, quite a large bit here, not very much meat up around here, just pretty standard along to the same size as the DeWalt's and the Bosch. Bosch has less actually, I will admit. But as you can see, a much bigger torsion zone on here. So yeah, this is why this flex means when you start slowing your impacts down, when you've got a lot of power there, you're going to get more flex, and that'll take up the strain on them. So I'll move next and I'll go to the 50 mils and the 57. Right, now we can see a big difference. They are 57mm, had to check on that. Right, this is the new DeWalt 57mm. Just turn it round, we can see the DeWalt. Yeah, it is definitely DeWalt. I had to check on that, it looked a bit like a Sabre cut. It's not, it is DeWalt. These are the old DeWalt's here, the 50mm here. This is the Milwaukee, right, 50mm, and this of course is the Bosch 50mm here, which we can't quite see. Well, you probably won't see through the camera anyway, reading. And these are all PZ2s yet again. Yet again, they've extended the torsion here compared with their old ones here, and this is one of the reasons they could have been snapping more. So what DeWalt's done is, they've actually sneaked in a new improvement in them by hiding it over the fact is that it seems to be a new box idea that they're running. I'm only speculating on that to cover over the fact is that bits really weren't that good, because as you can clearly see with the Milwaukee, its length here, right, and this one here being so short. So I'll remove the old DeWalt and try and get it matched up along with this, and if we look, the actual torsion zones on these, just line them up a bit, are actually very similar. DeWalt's only extended the torsion zone by a little bit, so why increase it up to 57mm? It's probably to make it sound good. Nice con, but I'm not wearing it, because they've only increased that there by about, what, 5mm there, right? And of course the Bosch itself doesn't have a lot of meat up here, unlike the Milwaukee, which does have a lot of meat up here. But there again here, it's all to do with the flex that's in the zone. But one more bit I'm going to throw into this pile, an oddball. This here that I've just thrown in is actually an old Stanley. Originally it was Piranha, but it was actually Stanley under a different name, which of course we know DeWalt and Stanley are the same firm, right? So anyway, this is their original torsion zone here for this, and that was Stanley. But of course obviously they realised, and I mean this piece here is roughly 5 years old, but what I am going to show you is one of the very early impact hard bits that I've got. Right, in this case here there's a multitude of things from way back. I've looked at these, the torsion zones, the Torax bits, right, in the new case are very similar to these ones here. I can't see any difference in them, so I don't see any point in dragging out one of them. But the Torax bits here, they are different. So I'll pull out one of these ones here and we'll have a look at one of these ones up against it, right, the new torsion ones. Now as you look in here, that piece there, I'll just pull it out, stick it on my hand, so now you got to stay, right. This piece here was actually an original hard DeWalt. Look how much they've changed, but they didn't have flex zone on them there. Nowadays, these ones here, right, are just basically standard bits. They do last a long time in drills, you see, and we were using these for impacting, but of course a big box didn't last very long. We did snap quite a lot, and hence why next the torsion zone ones, they came out as well. Right, as you can see, there's the new one there. I'll turn around so you can see the DeWalt. Right, and there's the old style there. Now there is a reason why the DeWalt's have this bit up here. I'll explain about that in a bit, why they actually have that, because their magnetic bit doesn't actually fit onto their T30s. They almost fit up to T25. Done about T27s, but I'm not much bothered, never use them anyway. And again here, look at the difference in size again, you see. So yeah, they have actually improved them. Now this is a magnetic bit holder. How basically does that work really? Okay, you just stick your thing on there like so, right, and it holds it quite firm on there, right, and it is quite firm, you see, and that's basically how it works. You just screw it in. But why? Remember I told you that bit there? Now this is tricky bit when I mess up in the camera. Oh, that takes a bit pulling off. Now, one of the reasons for having, let's put that there. Wait a minute, I've put it back, haven't I? Yeah, take it back out again. It's what this is the one I need for this. Right. The reason why they have this rounded bit up on here, right, is so that this thing here has a little spring. Actually, it's not a spring now. It has a spring on the outside. I'll have to do this way around. This clip here, and inside there now they have a ball bearing inside there. And when you push this piece onto there, it actually retains it inside there. Well, of course, they have that type of head on them here, and you don't actually need that for that, and that's how. But if we now take one of the originals, right, from here, you can see now there is a big difference, because this is the old style here, and of course this would actually still fit on the new ones here. Should try that out, see if it does fit. Now, oh, sorry about that, camera wasn't on. Right, probably got a mess up. Right, I don't know which point we're up to now, so hopefully this works. I've got this right where the recording is. Right, the old bits for DeWalt here do fit on the new ones, no problem at all. But, right, the new magnetic bit does not fit on the old ones from DeWalt. So we were kind of goose there. Well done, DeWalt. Messed up there, because there's going to be a lot of people still, and there'll be a lot of old sets out there. So nice one. I must admit they are rather hard to pull apart as well. Right, now I'm going to start putting some of this stuff away now, otherwise we're just going to get lost and we're just going to get confused. Right, the original idea came from Piranha, which then turned out to be Stanley. When you used to get the kit, you used to get one of these inside like this, you see, or with a little screw at the end, and he pulled it. Well, the thing is, right, that's what this here is. It is basically just a replacement, because the plastic ones weren't that good, right? So eventually they went to metal here, which is on the DeWalt, and they just fit on like that. And these just to push on how they are like this, you see. But this isn't. This is actually off of Makita, this one. But anyway, that was the idea behind it, and that's where it came from. It actually came off the Piranha, which was actually Stanley at the end of the day. Right, I found out what the T20H is and the T25H. Right, they're the ones that have the hole in the actual centre. I'll try and show you for the security bits. Right, they actually have a hole there inside them. Right, so they give you one of each. Mind you, you don't really use them that much anyway. Mind you, I don't. But I don't think I've ever used them, to be honest with you. And that's what the H is, although you would think it was S for security, but no, it's an H. Fine, that's that mystery solved now. So we'll move to the next bit now. Right, so how do the magnetic bits work? Okay, just pop them into your drill, or impact, because these are impact rated. Right, we'll do the impact in a little minute or two, and I'll show you a little bit difficulty there. Right, take one of these, you put it on the end, it comes up like so. You can do that and pull it away if you want, but what's the point? Right, so you just basically, right, like that, you see, and then it goes. I'll show you another one going in, see, right, just like this, bit wobbly, yeah, in, right. Noise, I did set the clutch settings on this for a reason, because when it goes in and the head's so small you can't exactly see, so you can overbury. You could say, well, why don't you just drive it in? It doesn't work that way. It won't. Now the other advantage is, of course, if you're, say, working at something at distance up above your head, these work quite well for that as well. But it also has another advantage. That's right, you can pull the screws straight out with this. See, like so, right? So that is how that works. So let's try the impact now. See? We'll use the Milwaukee Surge because it's quieter. It won't make as much noise. I do have neighbours. Right. Okay, same again. It works. Now, the beauty of using hydraulics, the speedy one, and 2, that'll do, not bothered. Right, is you usually start the screws pretty quick. See? Straight in like that. You do get a natural feel to know how far down to go. You don't have to, I suppose, set your clutch settings, but it's always an advantage. Right, okay, we've seen that. We've seen it works, no problem at all. Right, so how does the next bit work then? Right, we'll just pop that back in there, because that'll probably be the size I'm actually using. To put these back in, you just push them in like that, and they do that. Now I've done that wrong. Our fingers and thumbs. I'm still recording. Oh right, it's not going in right. Why is it not going in right? Oh, I know why. I might actually have to move this to a different position because it's a bit on the old tight side in there. Well, still, it's in. Right, so let's bounce with that. So the next thing we want is, we want this. Now, these here have caused quite a bit of controversy on how they actually work. Right. Will I go for the impact first? I'll go for the impact first. We'll leave the drill driver, I think, out of this one. Although I should, no, I'll use the drill driver first. Right. Now, there are umpteen ways you can use these, but I'll show you the correct way of doing it just now. Right. Slidey bit like this. A lot of people get confused what they are. This is a magnetic bit holder. Right. Right. So what you do is, you slide that piece there down like so. You take this onto here like this. Right. Now you start off. Right. And when you start off and it's bit and you've got it to the right level and you bring it down. Right. But I'm using the clutch settings. If you're using the clutch settings, right. Right. What you do is, you can do this. See? And that's what happens. You don't have to see it when it's going in. But if you're not using the clutch settings, and I know a lot of people are very good without using clutch settings, you can keep the screws quite level. Right? So all it takes is that. You actually slide it back and pull it and you can see where you're going. Now I was watching somebody on YouTube and my son actually did a bit of this, but he didn't do it this way. If supposing you want a bit of a long reach, right, slide up to you, right, and what he did was, we actually put a washer on the end of it because we were kind of stuck. You can actually go straight above your head with this and just leave it where it is. And you can also do it freehand like that at long distance as well, like this, if you can't actually get the reach on it. So yeah, they are actually quite good, these, once you get the habit of using them. And once you get good and you get fast with them, they ain't too bad. So how do they work in the impact? Right, let's get rid of this. They work on the same principle, but this is really where you've got to pull it back. Right? Right? Do that again to show you. My finger was probably hand was in the way. I'll just do one more and show you. Right? Right. Pop it on like that. Do that. Oops, squint there. Taking it a bit slower there to show you, and it is on second speed anyway. And really and truly, that's how they actually work. There's nothing fantastic about it. A lot of people think, oh no, this is how they work. I'll just show you the dumb way. Right? buried it, because you don't know how close you are to the wood. You see? And again here, no problem taking them out. You don't really have to use that. Actually, there is a slight bit of magneticness on there actually. Right, we'll save the noise, we'll just get rid of this and put this in here. So now, I've showed you how the magnetic bits work, and I've also showed you how these things work here. Quite simple. Believe it or not, how I found out how those bits work here, right? I'll pull it back out again and show you. This here. I was watching an American YouTuber, right? Believe it or not, it was actually somebody for a craftsman. And he was actually showing how these worked, because I actually didn't quite know how they worked. Like everybody else, I was told, no, that's how you do it like that, and just go straight down like that. You can't see where you're going, you see? So that can't be right. So I went online and I started looking about, and I found somebody for craftsman tools. And he showed us how it worked. So I thought, well, that's fair enough. So once again, I have actually shown this in a video before, how these work, right? And again here, I had an advantage, because in the early Piranhas case, they were actually in there like that, and he said pull this screw down like this, you see. So I knew how these worked, I just didn't know quite how they were going to work. And as I said, the early ones, which are these ones, like this, they were actually plastic, right? You can still get them, they're still there, they do work, they just don't last very long, to be honest with you. And these ones here hopefully will last a long time. Now, so I'll move on now. We'll now go to the actual case itself. How does it function? Because we haven't actually mentioned that, we skipped it out. Well, the case itself is very well put together, and they're calling this a tough case. Well, what I will admit is, right, they've got a raised edge around here, right, with a slightly raised edge on the edge. In other words, when you put them together, they do actually fit together very nicely and tight. You've got the clip here that comes up, just like the normal TSTACK systems, I suppose you could say, or the tough systems. And if I had another case, right, there's a piece on here which marries with that there. So you'd have it open like that. You put the other case on there like that, push it down, push this up, and you can join them together. Quite simple, it's quite straightforward. It seems a pretty robust case, but I did notice one thing, right? A few dunce, and oh look, it fell out. Okay, so it's a minor gripe, I suppose, but and I've got a bit out as well. You would have thought that it might have been a bit better than that, but well, I suppose you can't have everything. At least DeWalt's improved their bits now, their 57mm bits. We can't go. I know what the problem is. It's me, because I keep pushing it with my finger. Right, that might be a disadvantage. If you push these, just push them straight through. So maybe it's not such a good idea after all. We'll wait and see on that. We'll wait and see how people find out. Yeah, because I'm knocking them all out. So yeah, I've done it. Just leave the damn thing out and put it in normally. Right, so we found a slight flaw in the problem. Flaw in it. Is it any tighter if I go down one? Because it's going to keep falling out of there. Well, who knows. Right, so you just push it in like that. That's why you have the bottom bit. Here it clicked like that and it's in place. Right, so that's about the only problem so far that I've actually found with it. So is that like. But as for that, very good kit. I mean, quite impressed with it. I mean, how often will I use it? I don't know. And how long are the bits going to last? Don't know. I'm just bringing this up to your attention that one, DeWalt has decided to move up. I've explained these 32mm bits here for Sabre a little bit more, which are very much like Milwaukee, but the Milwaukees are only 25. Who knows, in the future we could be seeing more of these in the torsion zones. Right, so we'll leave it for the time being, right? Okay, I had to go and check over the footage to see if there's anything I've messed out and see if there are any real mistakes I made. The only thing I forgot to mention was, the fact is, these things here, right, you can only really use up to a 4.5 screw, right, because the heads get too big. You can't use things like a 5mm diameter screw, because you can't, because the head's too big. Oh no, you can. You can on this one. Oh, maybe that's improved it. So you can get away with some of the 5mm. I think that's a. Oh, I'll try and find a 5mm. Right, 5mm. Just check that. Yeah, you can. You can get away with using up to a 5mm diameter screw. Right. So they will work in these. So that's good news. And the other thing is, of course, you can't get a T30. Yeah, you can. You could use it with T30, but you still can't use that on it. Right, it's this one here. Right, you can't use a T30 way inside here because you'll never get a T30 onto there. So you kind of go there on that one. Although, no, they won't work. Right, so you can't use T30s on these anyway, so it won't matter. So you can only use PZ2s and PH2s on this one, along with smaller sizes as well, like this. You can use a smaller size, no problem at all. That was the only thing I actually missed out and didn't actually cover. But as for that, good. So anyway, well, if you've got any comments, leave them down below. And if you have been using these sets for a while, because I don't know actually when they came out, I only found these by accident, you see, because it was something some of my mates said. They try to wind us up by saying the two of the companies that are improving their stuff. Well, I found one of them, DeWalt. I thought it was a Bauer, the other one. It's not a Bauer. They didn't know about that. I said, no, a Bauer's having to improve. That's a firm here in England, exclusively to screw fix, you see. So they're improving. And the other one, don't know. It's either going to be way or where. And I know it's not Makita Gold, because I've got Makita Gold up here. That'll be next on the list. Oh, looking place for 6. The Makita Gold, they'll be next. And again here, if you asked us what roughly is the best, right? Well, we don't know now because they're improving, so they might just match up with Milwaukee. I would say Milwaukee was a bit better than what DeWalt was before, you see. And of course you got Bosch, don't know. You see, can't really answer about the Bosch either. So anyway, my comment is this. If you have been using this for a while, comments below, see if you've had any problems with it. And we'll see how it turns out and how things go. Anyway, my name's Milton, channel's called Little Milto. Subscribe if you want, thumbs up, thumbs down, I'm easy going about it. I've enjoyed this, it's been quite good fun. Okay then, I'll see you the next time when it'll either be Makita Gold or it could be box sets on screws. Oh no, there is a screw video coming up, yeah, about 40 fast screws. I've got that one coming up as well. So okay then, so bye now and thanks for watching.